Hey.
Okay, so we are live. So if you're watching us, want to say hello, what's happening? Brian and I did a Google Hangout with John Lawson a couple weeks ago, and we absolutely loved it. And I think it's going to be the wave of the future, at least for Brian and I. It's really easy to do. I pretty much learned what I needed to learn to get us going this afternoon in an hour. And the cool thing is they are immediately on YouTube. So if you can't watch live, you can watch it immediately after. So we wanted to just give a test run today, see how it works. I'm gonna teach you a couple things, those of you who are tuning in. And we have some guests, so let's start with Bobby, and we'll go on down the line. Tell us about yourself, Bobby.
Hi, I'm Bobby Miller in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I'm an eBay education specialist, certified business consultant, and I sell on eBay, do a little FBA as well. Did I say I live in New Hampshire? I think so. I founded the Seacoast Sellers Group, and that's about it.
And next we have Ellie.
Hi, I'm Ellie. You guys are familiar with my husband Greg as well. I think we started selling on eBay in October after I left my job of 10 years, and you know, just trying to make some extra cash to help us out. So
cool. And we got Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm originally from London, but now in southern Utah, the exact opposite end from Cindy Sawley. So we're not fighting each other for our needlework kits. And I've only been doing eBay again since July, last week of July. We'll just buy a few things and see what happens. And suddenly I've got no spare room in my house anymore.
And then there's the brainy half of Thrifting with the Boys, my buddy, my pal, my partner, Brian.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, I should do some blurred lines, huh? Hey, hey, hey. There you go. That's enough for that. All right. Yeah, I'm Brian. Whatever. That's me. You know me, you love me, you hate me. It doesn't matter. I'm still here after almost, well, more than a half a century. Let's just say that.
Well, more.
And last but not least, a man who has been furiously trying to grow hair on his head, but it keeps coming out his chin. It's Jason.
What's happening, everybody? So this is just a test run, but we are going to give a little bit of fun information, some things that were said in Thrifting with the Boys the other day. By the way, if you're watching this and you don't know us, that's cool. Come check us out, thriftingwiththeboys.com. And from there, you'll take you to all the wonders that are Brian and I and all of our friends. 3 you see here, and there is 3,995 more. So
we're the 8th and 9th wonders of the world, you and me.
We are the Twin Towers of thrifting. So I think I'm gonna start each Google Hangout, no matter what time it is, with a cocktail. So Bob, you got your glass?
Yes, I do. Right here.
And what's in yours right now?
Just Coke.
All right, so my home bar is called the Denison, so I have my own glassware. So I'm going to make a little cocktail here, pour a little ice in. Today's hangout is sponsored by Kraken Rum, so that's what we're going to drink today. So do a little rum. You know, it's 2 o'clock here. I'm about ready for a nap, so back. And the other sponsorship will be Diet Coke, and hey, we're off and rolling. When we actually do a real hangout, maybe I'll make a more complicated drink because I got a great tiki bar downstairs. So maybe that'll be part of the hangout. Make a cocktail with Jay. Since it's me and Bobby, cheers to you, Bob.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
Salute.
All right, so I think everybody's watching us, or not everybody, but I think there's a few people watching us, so I'm going to say, hey, post over in Cindy's group if you like it, if you're seeing it, if you're not seeing it, if we look ridiculous, tell us what's going on, and then you know, we'll adjust accordingly. We're going to be doing these for a multitude of reasons. One of them, I think, our first one's going to be WorthPoint. Brian and I write and work for WorthPoint, and we've been talking about ways to kind of help brand and co-brand between them and us, and we think the Google Hangout will be an awesome way. We'll show some fun products, show you how to do research. You can do screen share with these Google Hangouts, so Brian can be talking or I can be talking. We can show you, you know, how we do research to get to the point of what we're going to price something at or exclude. And so that'd be the first way we'll use the Hangouts. And we're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff. Brian, what do you think?
About what?
Just Hangouts in general. I'm going to drink. You
No,
talk.
we have some opportunities to help people by doing these Hangouts. We just figured that one of the great things about the Hangouts is that they get automatically recorded. And so if we do even some short videos, some short Hangouts about specialized areas of subject, whether it's you know, how to do a certain thing on eBay, like do a search or do whatever. I mean, we could do a short video and have it available when somebody wants to know the answer to something. They can get our take on it. And I think that people are starved for information, and of course, one of the things about doing this Google Hangout and the information that we provide here or in our group, it's all what, Jason?
Free!
Free, that's right. Free, free, free. We're not looking to have anybody come and join our secret group or anything. We don't have a secret group. Anything we do is out in the open, and you get what you pay for. Nothing.
Well, I don't know. That's...
You get a little more than what you don't have to pay anything. Now we really want to pay it forward. We're fortunate enough. I mean, Ellie, you just amazed me that you've only been on eBay for less than a year, and I'm sure you've had opportunity to learn from, you know, Jason, myself, others in the group, and you know, we go back a long way. I mean, I remember back in the days when eBay would actually be out of business for a day. You know, they would it would be shut down for maintenance for like a whole day, or have a problem or something. I mean, that goes back over 10 years ago. I mean, people forget how much change has happened for the better. You only hear people complaining about changes that are made and how it's affecting them. But I mean, for the most part, for people who are good sellers like Bobby, who do the right thing for the customer, and so on and so forth, and, you know, take good pictures and do good listings or whatever, everything's fine. I mean, these people who are running around touting all the problems with search, and yeah, there may be some issues here and there with some things, but overall, if somebody's looking for something and you've got it online and you've described it properly in terms that they can look for, you're going to find it. So, you know, anybody who's out there trying to say that this is a way you can beat the algorithms and you can do this and you do that, if you just follow the basic steps of good practice, you'll be fine. So we're just here trying to be the voice of reason. I mean, granted, Jason is Satan, but I think with me being such an angel, with the two of us, we sort of even each other out and become the voice of reason. Does that explain it?
Yeah.
I guess so.
So everybody's saying they just see Bry's face and the little faces underneath. So I wonder why. And I wonder why it keeps, because what should happen is whoever talking, the camera goes to it. But for whatever reason, it pops into Paul all the time.
Now, I was just looking at, had Bobby up, and I just switched it to myself. So I don't know if it's on, if there's something automatic about it. Or,
Good job I got some clothes on.
yeah. I know.
month I've been on a little bit.
What are the actual people seeing? Because they may be seeing different to what you're seeing.
So yeah, so what they're seeing is exactly what was happening. For whatever reason, when Brian was talking, it kept popping into you, Paul, like over and over and over and over. So I don't know. You weren't making any sound, so I'm not sure why that keeps happening. I don't.
Well, I say they all love the English.
But, yeah, Greg just said Paul's the most exciting. So
is it because of the movement of a mouse or something, or?
Could be. I don't know. But I don't hear any sound coming from Paul when it keeps bouncing to him.
Stop playing with it, Paul. That's not the first time I've heard that.
I don't have that happening.
I see it. I mean, but it's because maybe you're not seeing it because the camera is focused on you. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna try something, Paul. I muted you for a second here, so let's see if that does it. Then, whose phone's ringing?
Oops, sorry. I'll be back. Can you mute me?
All right, so since I muted Paul, we have not seen his face pop up. So, for whatever reason, some small sound. So, you're there, Paul. I'm not hanging up on you. Fan? Could be. Hang on. Let me take you off here. All right, go ahead and talk, Paul. Paul, do you hear me?
Yeah, my powers of mime are not that good. I've got the fan going. I wonder if it's that.
You know, it could be because Ann over on stage group's like, Paul, stop moving. you look like you're on crack.
Look. Twitching.
Yeah, I bet it's enough sound from that fan hitting directly wherever the mic is to switch it to you constantly.
Well, you'll have to
That could be it.
Yeah, you'll have to mute me because otherwise I'll cook. Well, I can mute myself.
So here's the trick. So since we're talking about fans, here's the trick.
I thought he was going to stand up and have no shorts on or something.
You have one of these, and you keep it underneath so it keeps all your lower bits cool. Under the desk.
I haven't got any room.
All right, but I am going to mute you now because I'm going to talk a little bit. So I don't.
Okay, I'll do it.
Love you, but I am muting you. All right, so since this is our test, I wanted to at least do something. So today I'm talking with the boys. Or yesterday, actually, a girl had said how she sold tiki mugs on Amazon. And even though I sell on Amazon, I was like, you can sell tiki mugs on Amazon? But of course, you can sell anything on Amazon. But her comment made me want to share something. She said she was at a local consignment shop. Oh, what happened to me?
You're up there.
Oh, on my screen, I was gone.
You haven't moved.
Local consignment shop, she said there was 5 tiki mugs, and she bought the best looking or the cutest or something. And I commented that do not base your tiki mug purchases on how cute or not cute something looks, because I'm about to show you the most boring mug in my whole collection is the most expensive mug I have. So we're going to do a little tiki mug demonstration today.
Is that the boring one?
Hang on.
I'm not hanging on. I need to know, because if it's going to put me to sleep, I want to get prepared. That's pretty boring.
I'm going to put you to sleeper hold. So this is what most people probably think of when they think of a tiki mug.
Yep.
This or this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, typically, and tiki mugs are hard to teach if you don't know, because typically colorful means crummy. So this was at Target a couple of years ago. Now I have these around the house, not because I collect them, but I give them to my drunk friends to drink out of, because if they break this, I really don't care. But if you saw this in a store, it really wouldn't be worth it for the resale. This is super colorful, and this is definitely worth it. And this is actually a tiki mug that's worth about $100. So it's hard to teach somebody who doesn't know that this colorful is bad, this colorful is awesome. But her statement was, I bought what looked the best, what was the most exciting. So here are two that I deem kind of more on the exciting side. Here's one. It's called the Mr. Smiley mug. And if you find this is from a place called Kelbo's. Let's see, there we go. It was in West LA. This is like a $200 mug right here. This is the most unexciting mug in my whole collection, but this is the one that if the day is right, it's worth $1,000.
Wow.
Wow.
And my mom found two of these at a flea market. She walked up to a table, felt her toe kick something. She looked down, and two of these were sitting on the ground. And she bought them for 50 cents a piece.
Wow.
But, I mean, there's no markings on the back. There's none on the bottom. It's not real tall. So, I mean, the whole point of this is don't just buy mugs that look like this. This could be your gem. But I always put my email out to everybody. tikipug@gmail.com. If you're out and about, thrifting, garage selling, whatever, send me a message, a picture, and I'll answer within a minute. And I will tell you yes or no. Now, one other tip I want to give people is the same mug could have been used at many, many places. So, for instance...
How many places?
What'd you say?
How many places could it have been used?
Oh, hundreds. So this is the most common. This is from Trader Dick's Nugget up in Reno, and they still make it. They still make this mug today. So it's been made since the 60s to today. There's probably tens of thousands in the world. This is the exact same mug. This is from a different place called the Hawaii Kai. So just these different words be on the back. This mug's worth about $8 if you're lucky. This one could get you about 30 to 40 bucks. So once again, when people say, hey, should I buy this mug? If they only send me the front, a lot of times I need to know what's on the back or the bottom. Here's another fun tiki mug. This is called Tiki Bob. And Tiki Bob was in San Francisco originally, and then this mug got used at other places. This one, oops, wrong way. This one is from New Orleans, Belly High at the beach. It was in Pontchartrain, right outside of New Orleans. All Tiki Bobs are worth at least $100, but they used this mug for the debut of Elvis's Blue Hawaii, and they gave them to the audience of that first showing. So they only made 500 of them, and it says right here, Elvis's Blue Hawaii. That version's worth like $500.
Wow.
So once again, if you're going to send me a question, I need the whole picture. So if you're going to send me just the front of the Tiki Bob, I need to know what it says over here, or sometimes it's on the back. Now, all Tiki Bobs are worth something, but I can give you a much better answer when you give me the whole picture. And then one more thing, just to throw that in there. Tiki Swizzles. It's still blowing out, you can't see. Well, I will tell you this says Tiki Lounge, and I got it at Target for 99 cents. And that's about what it's worth. But this looks close to the same. This is a vintage one, and this one's worth 20 bucks. So when you're digging through garage sales and flea markets and antique stores, look through the Swizzles and look for Tiki Swizzles, because some of them are worth a ton of money. And obviously really easy to ship this little tiny piece of plastic. So that's today's lesson on Tiki mugs. Go ahead, Bri.
Okay. We will have a lesson on ties. This is an odd-shaped tie. It's from Why Not. It has to do with grapes, or I mean with wine. It's shaped like a wine bottle. For some reason, I don't know if it'll do well or not. I mean, the same with, here's a cool tie that's of a steamboat, and it's an old Sears tie. And I had these up for auction, and they didn't sell. But most of my ties I sell will be at fixed price. It's not unusual for me to sell a tie for $25, $35, $50 or more. I mean, I've sold ties for $100. And one of the things about ties is that if you're selling ties that look, let's see if I got one here. Just a sort of generic tie. I mean, I'll just use the back of this, or the, just a plain tie. Something that's maybe just like whatever. I'm just showing you part of it. But if it's something simple, it's really difficult to describe it. But anytime you get something that has, or here's another one. Here's something that, yeah, it's a pretty tie and all, but it's going to be hard to get much more than $10 or so for it. I would rather look for ties when I'm out shopping that have some sort of theme to them that I can describe. For example, something to do with like the Flintstones. I mean, it's easy to describe. Fred's at work, his boss is blowing the whistle, or whatever. I mean, there are things that you can put as keywords. Here's a great one that I'm sure will sell before Thanksgiving. It's all turkeys. Now, a lot of people would throw shit like this up for like $5 or $6, and they're wasting money. I mean, you could easily get $20 or more for something like this. I mean, it's it's not a big deal for me. I mean, as you can see, I don't wear ties anymore. But when you're out shopping, you don't want to overpay for these things either. Some of the thrift stores have ties at $5, $6, $7 or more a piece, and that's way out of the league. So you want to find ties, hopefully in the $3 and under range. $3 is probably the top of the range you want to spend, unless you know it's something that's going to easily bring you back $40, $50. But if it's got a theme and you can describe it, then you're going to have much better luck of trying to track things. Now, another trick about ties is if you spend your keywords putting in the manufacturer, like in this case Ralph Marlin, which is a very big manufacturer of novelty ties. You might have 20 other sellers selling the same tie and using Ralph Marlin in the title. I keep it out. When people are looking for a novelty tie, they don't care who manufactured it. I mean, it's not like going to Nordstrom and trying to buy an Armani tie or a Hermes tie or whatever. People are looking for themes. So if somebody is into collecting trains and there's a great train tie from Ralph Marlin, I'd rather put railroad or engine or tracks or whatever. I'd rather use other words that help describe the tie rather than use the title to put in the manufacturer. Because don't forget, in your item specifics, the manufacturer's there anyway. So if the odds are somebody's going to be looking for more of your keywords as opposed to looking for the manufacturer. Now, it doesn't hold true with every item, but certainly there are some shirts. I mean, Jason's really big on Hawaiian shirts and staying away from certain brands. Well, if you put those less popular or less desirable brands in a title, you're going to find that they're not terms that are searched. So if you take those names out, put in something more that describes what the item looks like or what somebody might be searching for if they're looking for an item like that, that's very beneficial. One of my keys to picking out any type of merchandise at a thrift store is the wow factor. I want to look at it and say, wow, this is really cool. But if that's the only phrase I can get out, then I'm probably going to put the item back, because I want to look at it and say, wow, this is really cool. I've got 15 different keywords I can use on this thing to help describe it. Doesn't matter how good it is when you're physically looking at it, because unlike a store where somebody can browse through a rack, when you're online, it's not that easy to browse pictures, even though, you know, you got things like the feed and Pinterest and all these other things that sort of emulate what browsing is in some fashion or other, but it's not the same thing as actually physically being there. So that's my tip of the day. Use the wow factor to help you know whether you can describe something or not. And if it's too much money, undescribable, even though it's cool, that's a big pass. Back to you, Mr. Swizzlestick.
All right, so people said they couldn't see the colors real well because I had the window open, and it's still blown out.
It was actually better before.
I know. You see it back here? It's orange.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk to our guest. Let's start. I'm going to unmute Paul. And we're... Oh, I muted you, Paul. Are you there, Paul? Hello, Paul.
There he is.
What about now?
There we go. So tell us, let's do a little thrifting roundtable. Tell us about where you like to thrift, what your thrifting style is, what do you look for, what's the cool thing you found lately?
We're kind of changing because my wife lost her job last Friday.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, not been great, but nice. So today we went out for the first time on a Friday, and mainly I've been finding needlework kits everywhere, and they've been selling, and some shirts. So this kind of stuff you've been recommending, but then we've also picked up like train sets, which I would have walked by, but my wife didn't, and it turns out to be worth $55, I think it said on eBay. So I'm still at the picking up a bit of everything stage and trying to learn.
Okay, let me ask you this, Paul, before you go on. Did you and your wife, were you both thrifters?
No, my business, what I've been doing, I've been working from home for the last, since I got to America, so 8.5 years. I've only had a proper job for 1 year. So, kind of, since coming here. And I do predominantly internet marketing, so search engine optimization, building websites for people. But I got burnt out. So I took some time off, and eBay sent me their 50 free listings. I'm like, oh, well, let's have a look. And it kind of went downhill from there. It's quite addictive, actually, when you find you can buy something for $1 and sell it for 70 or 80. It's like, okay, you know. But the thrift stores here are a bit like Animal House. I don't know what the Iron Maiden concert was like, but yesterday at DI, it reminded me of a mosh pit back in the day. Just, you know. But my wife's getting really into it, which is a bit scary, because it means we're probably going to need a bigger house for more stuff.
Yeah, that happens. I got a 10 by 10 storage unit just a quarter mile down the street that's full.
Wow. Yeah, I've got Nanny's room. My mum said, oh, I might come over in October. I'm like, crap. It's full to floor to ceiling of stuff at the moment. So, but that's it really. Yeah, we're just trying to build it into a business.
Well, cool. Congrats on doing that. And obviously, doesn't have to be really said, but between Thrifting with the Boys, Shipping with the Boys, Cindy's online selling tips, we're all here to help each other.
Yeah, I've looked at stuff that I would never have looked at in a million years before the groups.
And I want every one of you to go out and find one of these and make a shit ton of money, all right?
I'll be working on that.
Yes.
I will tell you, just to get back to this real quick, in the tiki world, these were one of those mugs that didn't believe existed because nobody had ever seen one, and my mom was the first one to find 2 of them. So A couple others have been found since then, but they're out there. Not real plentiful, but keep your eye peeled for it. So I'm going to mute Paul, and we're going to welcome our new guest to see if he's unmuted yet. Chicken X.
I'm looking. I don't see any of those tiki mugs. Oh, none over there.
Scott, can you hear us? Hello, Henshaw.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
There we go.
No.
Rooster X, how are you?
How's it going?
Is this our new superhero?
No, this is, actually, this is one of my products. Should I take it off?
No, it's much better with it on.
I feel really manly. I feel manly when I wear it.
It kind of looks S&M-ish to me, but...
That seems to be why all my customers buy them.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask them for social media if they will send me pictures of them wearing them for like Instagram and whatnot. And every one I get seems to be kinky.
So those you don't know, that's Mr. Scott Henshaw over there in the rooster mask.
I'll take it off.
He's a good friend to all of us. And tell us about yourself, Scott.
They actually get pretty hot. Plus, I'm not wearing pants.
You want to show us that?
Yeah. Just kidding.
I'll call your bluff.
Yeah, just take a second to undo the button. Anyway, thanks for having me on, you guys. This is going to be a cool thing.
No, it's just a test today. We wanted to sort of play with the dashboard and.
I can show you the here's the cup that Cindy Sorley gave me when she was up.
Nice.
I can do a little show and tell.
What else you got on your desk right there?
I've got another mask. That's the devil. This one actually just sold today.
So do you put on every mask before it ships so they can?
Actually, I do have some porn on my desk. Vintage porn. That's primarily what I do most of the day.
Masks and vintage porn.
Yeah, masks and vintage porn. No, it's
this just took a weird turn.
Yeah. What else do I got? Yeah, nothing. Oh, I have these actually. These just sold. These were kind of one of the most interesting things I've sold. They're these. I'm shipping them today. These glasses that have the barnacles on them.
You actually got the full boat for them, the $80?
Well, I put them up. I just took a wild guess. I put $75. Like within 2 hours, somebody offered me $60. So they paid right away. I'm shipping them today. So I'm actually thinking about getting just a whole bunch of old crappy sunglasses and tying fishing line on them and throwing them off the pier. Pull them up, and if I can sell, I don't know how long it takes for barnacles to do that, but if I can get like 10 of these a month, that's a nice.
I think you should bring that idea to Shark Tank. Maybe Mark Cuban would invest $1 million in it for you.
You guys can't do that down in Vegas, but we got lots of water. We got lots of water up here. What are you drinking?
Where did you find those, Scott?
One of the auctions I go to is right by a pier, actually, by a ferry terminal, and so it was a friend. Apparently, they go out and they clean the pier like once every 6 months. There's a lot of that stuff like people drop it off the fishing piers, and so scuba divers go out there and clean the shit up like every 6 months or something, and just people peddle the crap for quarters. So a friend of mine, Dorothy, brought them up just to play a gag on me. I said, well, let's try selling them on eBay, and they sold.
What kind of keywords did you use, Scott?
I kind of use really stupid ones. I put barnacle heaven, so I really believe they sold not because of the keywords, just because somehow they showed up while somebody was, I don't know, but somebody was searching for something, and it was either the picture or, I don't think somebody was specifically looking for barnacle-encrusted sunglasses. Let me pull up, to give you an exact answer, though. Let me go look at my sales history. If anybody follows me on social media, you'll probably notice I'm wearing the same clothes I was yesterday. That's kind of embarrassing.
What's wrong with that?
Well, they're actually the same clothes I was wearing about 2 weeks ago.
That's the joy of working from home.
Yeah, so let's see here. Here we go. My exact title was Unique Italian Sunglasses, Pink, found at bottom of ocean, Barnacle Delight.
And so if you look at my screen now, you will see his listing.
So I think it was me in the picture.
Yeah, if you look at my screen, you'll see it, Scott. Yeah, it's one of those rare times where I definitely think the human model helped. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of human models in listings, but every once in a while, I think this one definitely did it.
I was going to agree. Normally I'm just one ugly son of a bitch, and for me to actually be in a picture and have it sell, I think that's pretty unique.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so we're going to say thanks for joining us, Scott, and now we're going to go over to Ellie here, and she's going to tell us her thrifting life.
Is Ellie named Elicious on Instagram?
Ellie-licious, yes.
Is that it? That is you. I thought it was you. I follow you on Instagram, and I recognized your picture.
That's me.
You're famous.
I'm famous. Hopefully for the right things. We started in October. Greg had watched some of the Thrifting with the Boys videos on YouTube and stuff. So at first, I feel like we're doing Hawaiian shirts, things, very similar as to what you recommend. Because I have an illness and can only really do eBay part-time, I try not to keep too much stock. I don't want to keep our room full and then not be able to put it up or whatever. So, we keep a limited stock of items here and, try to list. Right now we probably have more in stock than that needs to be listed, as I have time and feel well, that's what I do, so.
I was going to say, everybody's so impressed that you wore a shirt to match your walls.
I just got home from thrifting, actually, so that was not planned.
Okay, you got anything good to show us? What'd you get?
Let me see, hold on.
All right, while she's doing that, I'm going to show you what I got. I went out thrifting twice this week with members of Thrifting with the Boys, Teresa Cox and then Mandy Kennett. So this was with Teresa. I have it all wrapped up. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. I got this bitchin' lamp.
Nice.
For $7.50. Kind of got an Indiana Jones vibe to it. So I'm going to yank out the chandelier in my dining room, and this is going to go in its place. So that's my cool find of the week.
All right, I'll share what I found. I found some Life is Good pajama pants.
Nice.
I went to a store where you have to spend $15 to be able to use your credit card, and I never carry cash. And so I had to keep finding things to be able to buy what I wanted to buy. So, and everything was half off, so that made it more difficult to reach $15. So I bought these. Let's see. I bought this interesting Disney Tyvek jacket for 50 cents. That it kind of folds into the pocket and becomes kind of like you carry it like from the little thing in the pocket. Let's see what else. I've been listening to Chip a little bit, so I thought I'd try a golf shirt here.
Cool. New with tags, it looks like?
New with tags, says the Golf Channel on it, and it's a large size.
Would you pay for that?
I actually paid $7 for it, so that was, I think, when I was trying to reach my $15.
You'll make money on that.
Yeah, and then I found this purple Ralph Lauren dress shirt that's like extra large, and I think I paid like $2 for this maybe, and it looks like it's never been worn. So, and that was it today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Henshaw put a place marker in a spot while he went off to go poop or something. All right, so thank you, Ellie, and let's hop over to Bobby. Bobby, what's new with you in the world of thrifting, and what have you found? What are you doing? Do you get Becky to go thrifting or no?
She will only last about 15-20 minutes, and she's bored, so it's just me. We're lucky here because within a half hour I can be at 10 different thrift shops, so the sky's the limit here in terms, and I always try, one of my favorite sayings is time's money. So when I'm out thrifting, I would rather do thrift shops than yard sales, although I love yard sales, but I can get a lot more at the local thrift shops here. They're not chains. One of my favorite gives all their money to hospice, so that's a win-win, and she seems to price things really low. So I think I'm one of the few that this isn't my full-time living. I wish it was. I haven't figured it out yet for me. I've been selling since 2005, but I have 2 other jobs and still trying to learn. And I was talking about this on eBay Radio the other day, and you all probably feel this way too. During all these years, I've built this database in my head, and every time I go thrifting, every time I do more research, I'm building that database, so I'm better and better every time I'm out thrifting to sell things. So I'd be showing you some things. I do have some things in the room, but I'm getting everything moved out of here because in October, this is my eBay office, and it's an open space into the living room and the hall, and we're going to have it made into a enclosed room so I can leave, shut the door. If we have guests, they can't see all the stuff in here. I love to specialize in clothes. It's easy to ship. It's a huge upsale. We have LL Bean here, and I get a lot. I've gone to, like yesterday I went to a thrift shop, and I was just focused on getting all the LL Bean I could, because if you look at an LL Bean catalog or go online, the prices are crazy, and people all over the world want LL Bean at a reasonable price.
So here's my trick. I don't know if you've tried this, Bobby, but Stacy was even less than Becky. She was like 10 minutes, and she'd get that crazed look. And this was back when I was only doing music, so we weren't really thrift store shopping, but we were always CD shopping because I'm a big music nerd, and I love selling it. So probably, it's been a while now, probably 7 years ago, I had an idea. I made a list of 100 out-of-print CDs that could be easy to find. I gave it to her while I looked through other things, and she had a mission. So she went off like, okay, I'm in the R&B section, I'm looking for this print CD, and I'm going to go over here and look for this. And if she found one thing per 4 stores, it gave her that drive to keep going, because she could see that $8 CD she just found is going to be $100.
That's a great idea.
And of course, once I graduated to thrift stores full time, I taught her, like I teach most people, Hawaiian shirts. She knows how to do dresses, obviously, because she has a ton of them. T-shirts, and then I could go do the other sections. So when she comes back with that rare, like 1983 Motley Crue tour shirt that is $3.99 that I'm going to sell for $100, that just keeps her going, because even though it's not her thing and she doesn't love it, she sees how awesome it is to take $4 and make it $100.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Becky actually said to me once, if I knew what I was looking for, I would go, or tell me what to go look for. And I feel bad, and maybe some of you that have folks that thrift with you, she'll bring things to me, and I'll have to say, no, forget that. So then I feel bad, but she sold a little bit herself, and of course loves the sales. But you really have to love this, and it's either in you or it's not. And I do. So.
And I totally get that. And Stace was totally not that way, and I grew up this way. But I've conditioned her enough that we can go for a while. And like that look comes over our spouse's face and it's time. But I built that from 10 minutes to like three stores. I can do 3 stores before she's like, and done.
Right. Now, one of the things we're doing together, and we do this every year, we have a town here, Newington, New Hampshire, that's having a townwide yard sale. So I've already booked her for that because we usually go 5 hours, and there's just so many houses. And again, time's money. We've hit a whole bunch, and they're all in the same location.
Cool. Brian, you off the phone now? Couldn't you join us again?
Yeah, no, it's no, we're getting Michelle's van fixed.
I know. I figured it was something important. You were just like, yeah. So what's happening? You're not doing nothing right now.
It's just like when Brian was here. He never listened to me then either.
What? You said something, Mom?
There you go. I have a tiki story, and then I'm going to stop. I'll let somebody else talk, but we went down to Florida a couple years ago to Chop Chop. It's one of Emerald's, like it's Asian fusion. And I bought 2 tiki mugs. I think, Jason, you might remember me talking to you about it. And brought them home. They both sold, and I made a good profit. Not, huge, but $50, $60 that I recall. So then last year we went back down, and I was ready to load my suitcase with these tiki mugs. And we go, and they told us they don't make them anymore because they were breaking so frequently. And actually, I broke one of the ones I bought and went back and got another one. So that's an example. If you find any of the Chop Chop tiki mugs, grab it.
It's an easy one to spot because it's a tiki holding a fish, and it's got metal earrings.
Yes.
Yeah, so that one definitely stands out amongst the rest of the things I showed you. The metal hanging earrings are the good indicator.
Right.
Well, cool. I think this was awesome. I expected us to go 20 minutes. We're going 47 so far. So I wanted to practice, and I wanted to use our friends to help. So I thank all you guys for helping us, and I think this will be part of our repertoire of tools to help people and to share and to have fun, really.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. It works well, Jason, I think.
Yeah. We got Paul wants to say something. I think you're unmuted, Paul. I don't think I have him muted.
Since we were talking about ties, I picked up a Rush Limbaugh tie, but maybe it's the other one. Anyway,
I've sold a few of those.
On one of them, this piece is broken off on one side.
Yeah, it's called the something loop.
Yeah, the loop is there, but it's hanging by a thread. Is that going to kill the sale?
Yeah. You know what? When you get something like you fix anything, duct tape does a good job. I mean, if you're handy with a needle and thread, you could probably fix it pretty quick. It's not a big job. Like I say, with any flaw, just disclose it and photograph it, and let the buyer decide whether he wants to take the chance and fix it up. Usually, I mean, I just sold a tie cheap that had a big seam rip in the back. Rather than throw it out, I threw it up at auction real cheap, and I didn't make any money, but the guy left me glowing feedback. He was thrilled. He got a cheap tie, and maybe he's got a needle and thread, because I'm certainly not domestic that way.
And Paul, I sold both the Rush Limbaugh ties I bought at Savers, and I think they're limited. I'm not sure they're being made anymore, so it'll sell.
I paid $1. I just picked up a whole load for $1 each. So.
Yeah.
So even though we were about to finish, without going deep into it, are you a fan of Rush Limbaugh, Paul?
No.
No,
he never bought drugs from me, so I don't see why I should support him.
Do you have the same beliefs as Rush Limbaugh?
No. No.
Bobby, how about you? Do you have the same beliefs as Rush?
Oh yeah, you think no way, no. But I'll make money off his ties any day.
And that is my point. I was trying to make in Thrifting with the Boys the other day. Just because you sell something does not mean you have to love it, and you don't even You don't have to like it. But it was such a conversation that people thought I was, and I'll make you go read it, so I'm not going to tell you everything, that I was promoting Satanism. It was just bizarro. But I don't believe anything Rush Limbaugh says, but heck yeah, I'd sell his ties if it made me money.
That's right. I had the same thing about selling Ouija boards, which you can make a lot of money on. But hey, I'm going to sell them, as Jason says, every day of the week. It doesn't matter to me.
Yep. Oh, and one thing I wanted to do, because I was asked earlier, some people wanted to see some pug love, so hang on a second.
Bring the dogs.
They're all sound asleep, but they're like, Dad.
Oh.
Aww.
This is a Tocha. He's our newest. They're all rescues. He's about 4 years old, and he's keeping our older two really young because he likes to play with them. Okay, buddy, you can go back down. Here, buddy. This is the joys of working at home. My baby's sleeping at my feet. He's not as cuddly, but this is Tiki, and he's almost 14 years old.
Wow.
And he does not like to be held, so I'll put him back down. He's already squirming. Roxy. And this is my precious little girl. This is Roxy.
Very cute. Aw. Hi.
She's about 13. She's all gray, and she's got some arthritis problems. She doesn't walk so well, but she still rules the house.
Very cute.
I'll put them back down to their beds. Yeah, the joys of doing eBay, working at home with my babies at my feet. Are you awake over there, Henshaw? Oh, Henshaw froze, and
there he is.
He's in there twice now.
That's a neat trick.
Huh.
He's asleep in one.
That's a very good trick.
He just wants more FaceTime.
I know. Oh, there we go. So, any parting words from anyone? Scott, Paul, Ellie, Bri, Bobby?
Thanks for doing this. It was a lot of fun. Let's do it again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to try one next week.
I think people should just do this stuff rather than trying to overthink it.
Absolutely.
It's one of the things where me and my wife are different. She wants to do loads of research. I'm like, it's $2. Just buy it and we'll make money on some and we might not on the others.
Well, that's a good point.
Time is money.
And then just kind of refine it down from there.
You okay, Scott?
I hope this wasn't too strenuous for you, Scott. I mean, should we have a doctor standing by, you know, for these things in case we need to get you into an ambulance?
Hey, Ann Crickman wants to see you put your new dog in your lap, Bri.
I don't think that's going to happen, but let's see if I've got...
Isn't that dog like a horse?
Yeah.
He has big dogs. I want to see the shepherd.
You'll never see mine if I don't pick him up. When Brian and I are video chatting, his walk by, I see their head, like, way up here. I'm like, holy crap. And as Christine Lemoyne just said, yes, there's nothing wrong with research, but there's a point where don't overdo it. And, you know, we had somebody ask the other day for a nice needle point for $1. Like, for $1, there's no risk. Just buy it.
That's right.
All right, let's see the horse. Where is he?
Yeah, I'll move the camera. Hunter.
Aww.
Hunter. Say hello, Hunter. Now, this is a pug. There he is.
Very. Aw. Brown eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That head is bigger than my dog.
He drools a lot. I'll give you the quick story on him yesterday. I'm coming back from the post office. Michelle was walking him in the street and on the sidewalk, and I pulled up next to them. And he came and he got on the passenger side, door, looking through the window at me. And I'm like, oh, I'm fumbling around. I want to get a picture of this. Well, by the time I get close to getting my camera turned on the phone, he'd gotten down. So I put my phone down. And Michelle says to Hunter, do it again. So what we think is he's going to get up there again. He didn't. He dove from the sidewalk into the car. We were shocked. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, he was fine. He cleared it, but it was like just graceful. He just jumped into the car through the window, and he got a ride home around the corner. But he's a big dog. He's about 140, maybe 150 pounds now. But he's one of two big ones here, but he's the newest. 6 weeks today we met him.
Geez, my little girl weighs 10 pounds.
Well, I see 10 pounds out there just from, that's another story. So anyway, no, this was good. I think there's a lot of promise here with this, and we've got some ideas. Maybe we might do something with the meetup this coming Thursday.
That'd be great.
We're talking about it. So if we can logistically make it happen, we will do that. But I mean, there's some pros and cons.
It's just for a bit. I mean, between
Right.
Cindy talking and us talking and hanging out and just kibitzing, our meetup could be 3-4 hours. I'm like, I'm not going to put a 4-hour video up there. That'd be just monotonous to watch. But I think we might give a little bit of a taste or a highlight for a little bit.
Right.
I'd be tuning in. That would be great.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to go up to the bar tonight and see how good their Wi-Fi connection is and go from there. But yeah, we'll let everybody know prior to Thursday if we're going to be able to do it or not.
Yeah, let us know so we can promote it.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, I'll know this weekend. All right, cool. Well, we did an hour, and I was only going to do 20 minutes, so it was fun. I'm glad you guys, thanks for helping us, and I'm glad everybody's watching out there. And we'll definitely do more very soon, and ones that, have good content. We did a little content today, but a lot of goofing around and, dog showing and stuff like that. So, not that I won't show my babies every time, but we'll definitely give you good content.
So, as they say in Boston, even though I'm in Vegas, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Right.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So I think I'm gonna start each Google Hangout, no matter what time it is, with a cocktail. So, Bob, you got your glass?
Yes, I do. Right here.
And what's in yours right now?
Just Coke.
All right. So my home bar is called the Denizen. So I have my own glassware. So I'm gonna make a little cocktail here, pour a little ice in. Today's hangout is sponsored by Kraken Rum, so that's what we're gonna drink today. So do a little rum. It's 2 o'clock here. I'm about ready for a nap, so back. And the other sponsorship will be Diet Coke, and hey, we're off and rolling. When we actually do a real hangout, maybe I'll make a more complicated drink because I got a great tiki bar downstairs. So maybe that'll be part of the hangout. Make a cocktail with Jay. Since it's me and Bobby, cheers to you, Bob.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
Salud.
All right, so I think everybody's watching.
Hey.
Okay, so we are live. So if you're watching us, want to say hello, what's happening? Brian and I did a Google Hangout with John Lawson a couple weeks ago, and we absolutely loved it. And I think it's going to be the wave of the future, at least for Brian and I. It's really easy to do. I pretty much learned what I needed to learn to get us going this afternoon in an hour. And the cool thing is they are immediately on YouTube. So if you can't watch live, you can watch it immediately after. So we wanted to just give a test run today, see how it works. We're going to I'm going to teach you a couple things, those of you who are tuning in. And we have some guests, so let's start with Bobby, and we'll go on down the line. Tell us about yourself, Bobby.
Hi, I'm Bobby Miller in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I'm an eBay education specialist, certified business consultant, and I sell on eBay, do a little FBA as well. Did I say I live in New Hampshire? I think so. I founded the Seacoast Sellers Group, and that's about it.
And watching us, or not everybody, but I think there's a few people watching us, so I'm going to say, hey, post over in Cindy's group. If you like it, if you're seeing it, if you're not seeing it, if we look ridiculous, tell us what's going on, and then we'll adjust accordingly. We're going to be doing these for a multitude of reasons. One of them, I think, our first one's going to be WorthPoint. Brian and I write and work for WorthPoint, and we've been talking about ways to kind of help brand and co-brand between them and us, and we think the Google Hangout will be an awesome way. We'll show some fun products, show you how to do research. You can do screen share with these Google Hangouts, so Brian can be talking or I can be talking. We can show you, how we do research to get to the point of what we're going to price something at or exclude. And so that'll be the first way we'll use the Hangouts. And we're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff. Brian, what do you think?
About what?
Next we have Ellie.
Hi, I'm Ellie. You guys are familiar with my husband Greg as well. I think we started selling on eBay in October after I left my job of 10 years, and just trying to make some extra cash to help us out. So.
Cool. And we got Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm originally from London, but now in southern Utah, the exact opposite end from Cindy Sawley. So we're not fighting each other for our needlework kits. And I've only been doing eBay again since July, last week of July. We'll just buy a few things and see what happens. And suddenly I've got no spare room in my house anymore.
And then there's the brainy half of Thrifting with the Boys, my buddy, my pal, my partner, Brian.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, I should do some blurred lines, huh? Hey, hey, hey. There you go. That's enough for that. All right. Yeah, I'm Brian. Whatever. That's me. You know me, you love me, you hate me. It doesn't matter. I'm still here after almost, more than half a century. Let's just say that.
Well, more.
And last but not least, a man who has been furiously trying to grow hair on his head, but it keeps coming out his chin. It's Jason.
What's happening, everybody? So this is just a test run, but we are going to give a little bit of fun information, some things that were said in Thrifting with the Boys the other day. By the way, if you're watching this and you don't know us, that's cool. Come check us out, thriftingwiththeboys.com, and from there you'll take you to all the wonders that are Brian and I and all of our friends. 3 you see here, and there is 3,995 more. So
we're the 8th and 9th wonders of the world, you and me.
We are the Twin Towers of thrifting.